Welcome to FxWB New Beginnings podcast with Michelle. Hope all is well with you and you're having a great month, a great day, a great week, whichever one. Even if it's not great, you know what? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Let's try that one more time. We're going to hold that breath a little longer. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Good. Roll the shoulders back and down. If this is the first time you get to do this today, wonderful. You just take that deep breath in, relax yourself, and know you are doing great. Yes, you are. Because I believe you are. And you should believe that too. Welcome on board to FxWB New Beginnings podcast with Michelle, where we talk everything well-being, from physical well-being, social well-being, emotional well-being, mental well-being. We talk about well-being and we do things with respect to well-being. We want you to know that we would love for the whole you to become the well you. And this is one of the ways, one of the pillars is through our podcasting community, where we come together and talk about things, activities, well-being aspects of life that can help us live better. And today we are doing that again. If you've been listening for the past few days and weeks, you know that there's something coming up soon. Other than us being on podcast, we have an in-person event coming up, the FxWB Whole You Wellness Summit. We want you there. So you know me, I would interview the people that will be in the summit. We're going to have vendors there. We're going to have panelists there, but these panelists this time we're going to have a little mini workshop, and there are many different people going to be on board, from a chiropractor to a pharmacist, as well as a functional medicine practitioner, functional nutritionist, personal trainer. We have a slew of mental health therapists coming on board. We even have a pastor on board. Why? Because we want to provide you with the many different professions that help us become the whole you. So we're not only going to move, we are also going to think about and learn strategies to help our mental outlook on life, in addition to our emotional outlook. And we're going to get to come together and meet other people, learn different cultures, and have a time of our life, because we want you there to make this an eventful summit. We're going to have, I'll give you a little clue. The kids are free. And why we have the kids free? Because we want them to also learn how they can become the whole you in health, by doing physical activity, by learning about mental health activity, things that they can do to help strengthen their ability to be that whole person as an adult. So bring the kids along. They are free. Right now, I just want you to know that you are special to us. We want to share our passions with you. So come along to the FxWB Whole You Wellness Summit. You can get your tickets off of Eventbrite, and we always have specials running, so check out those specials. And if you want to donate to this event, please do, because we have lots of things in store for each and every one to enjoy and learn. Don't forget, our seniors are involved too. We have activities for them. We have resources for them as well. We want you there to get everything. Come on board, get the information so that we can ensure a healthy lifestyle throughout. So come on board with us to the FxWB Whole You Wellness Summit. We look forward to seeing you there. But before we even get there, we've been learning a lot about who's going to be at this summit. We spoke to our chiropractor already, we spoke to our pharmacist already. Now we're talking to one of our mental health therapists. And we want you to listen in, because when we share this information in this podcast, when you get to see our therapist, we want to make sure that they're giving us the strategies at the summit so we can know what to do, write it down, jot it down, get the information. How can we help ourselves in whatever crisis we might have going on in our lives? And we know how crisis could come up. Lots of it can come up. So we want you to be ready and prepared to learn more about what you can do in the mental health aspect. One of the mental health therapists we have on board is Miss Wendy Tucker. And we're going to learn a little bit more about her today. I want you to like and subscribe to this channel so you can learn more. And we are bringing her on at this time. So let's welcome in Miss Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
Hello, how are you, Michelle?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for joining us here at FxWB New Beginnings podcast. We can't wait to meet you in person at the FxWB Whole You Wellness Summit. Thank you so much for coming on board with us this evening.
Thank you for having me, and I'm excited for April as well. And I'm just excited to see all of you join us. And so, yes, we're going to have a good time.
Yes, yes. So, Wendy, I want you to share with us, who are you and what is some of your passions that you love to do when you wake up in the morning? What you want to do in life? Tell us what you do.
So, what do I do? I am I am very, very passionate, and I have a deep love. And I wouldn't just say it's not just a career or a job,
Mhm.
but it's a calling. I
Yes.
enjoy helping people. So I am a clinical director. My practice is Walk by Faith Counseling. And
Mhm.
at this, we're a small group practice. So we have addiction therapists on staff. We have therapists that specialize in working with young girls. And we also have a partnership with a doctor as well. But part of the reason why I do what I do is because I want to help people that come from places like I come from and break the stigma of mental health in our community. You know, we've been taught to what goes in our house stays in our house. We sweep it under the rug, and a lot of those things that we've experienced is killing us and hurting us internally. And so I want to be that person to help foster healing. I want to be that person to help them move forward and not be stuck and not be ashamed of their story. Every story isn't pretty, but I do believe no matter what the story is, God can get the glory out of it.
Yes, you are so correct with that, because we of ourselves may not be able to do anything. We may be able to do some things, but we cannot fix things completely,
Mhm.
but God can. So I am with you on that. I am so much with you on that. So, Wendy, being a clinical director and a Christian counselor, founder and CEO of Walk by Faith Counseling, with years of experience in trauma informed faith integrated mental health services. So, that's a mouthful. Tell us a little bit more about trauma informed. What, when somebody hears that, what are you actually talking about?
From what I have come to realize is a lot of people don't know what trauma is. They'll say, "Oh, I had a perfect upbringing. I had a mom, I had a dad, we had a home, we had food," and they don't understand the complexities and the diversities of trauma. And so being in trauma informed is being able to look at a story and see it from all angles. Not that you're looking to diagnose or pin something on someone, but you want to highlight, hey, you may not realize this is trauma. And so there's three different types of traumas. There's acute trauma, that's something that happens like a car accident, unexpected, something that happened instantly sometimes. And then there's chronic trauma. And that could be something that's ongoing long term, like instability, or whether it be like chronic homelessness, those type of things. And then there's also
Complex.
trauma. And that complex trauma is those type of traumas where it's a combination of acute and chronic. So
Mm.
it can be acute, chronic, or complex. And so
Ah.
that's just the framework of trauma, but then it breaks down even more than that. There's big T trauma and then there's little t trauma. So big
Mm.
T traumas are those things that you can easily identify, like,
Mhm.
oh, molest or sexual assault, or those type of things are easily to identify as trauma. And
Mhm.
those little T traumas are things that are personal. So like if I'm cross-eyed and I got teased about that as a child and it was,
Mm.
or I have body dysmorphia and I don't like the way how I look, and when I look in the mirror I see one thing but the world sees something else and I'm not content.
Mhm.
So that can be considered a little T trauma because it's personal and it's big to you, but it's not easy identifiable to other people.
Mhm.
So a lot of people may not understand the complexities of trauma. And so being
Mhm.
trauma informed is very important when you're working with the mental health population, because you don't want to trigger a person. You don't want to
Right.
them walking like through a landmine.
Yes, yes. And I like how you break that down and define trauma, because it made me look at it in a different light. And I'm pretty sure that can open up a lot of people's eyes to
Hmm.
realize that you may have experienced trauma and you was pushing it under the carpet, and it might be a little T trauma versus the big T trauma. Oh, I never really was molested or raped, or but I was called fat all the time and being teased,
Hmm.
and thinking that's not something, but it actually has impacted you all these years and not recognizing that it impacted you. So now you come and you go to the gym, and you don't want to go in the gym when it's 5 o'clock p.m. in the afternoon, because all these people in the gym and they'll be looking at me.
Exactly.
And you trying to hide, well, I'll go to the gym 3 a.m. in the morning,
Hmm.
when you could be putting yourself in danger at 3 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, thanks for sharing that information. I
Also,
think, yeah, go ahead.
trauma in our community has been normalized. And so
Mm.
because it's been so normalized and desensitized, it's hard for us to identify this as traumatic. And so
Yes.
being trauma informed and just being aware of those different experiences and how they impact you and how they impact your central nervous system, or are you staying hypervigilance, is important.
Yes. So how do you incorporate faith-based counseling for
Yes.
this?
I love this question. So how do I incorporate faith? So one of my favorite scriptures, it says, and you kind of alluded to it earlier, um, with man, it may be impossible, but with God, all things are possible. And
Yes.
so there's another scripture, without faith, it's impossible to please him. And so
Mhm.
I tell people, you have the best psychiatrist, doctor, prescription in the world. You could have whoever, fill in the blank. They could be the,
Yes.
but there are some things only God can do. And so
Yes.
the way how I integrate faith into the sessions, of course, is up to the client's discretion. They have to open that
Mhm.
door. And if they open that door, then you just gotta crack it. Just crack it just a little bit. And I'm
Just a
taking
little
it in.
bit.
Yeah, I'm taking it in.
Yeah.
So, and then again, it's to their comfortability. Um,
Yes.
so I'm
Yeah.
just joking with that. But
Yeah. I know. I understand that. But I
integrating
get
faith,
you.
it could be something that's just encouraging them, like, who loves you
Yeah.
more than who loves you more than anybody? Who promised to never leave you nor forsake you? Or
Mhm.
it may be like, have you ever had a time where you felt like you were all alone and you didn't know how things were gonna pan
Work
out.
out.
Yeah, you didn't
Mhm.
know how it was gonna work out from A to Z, but you just had this hopefulness in the inside, and you just believe, "You know what? If I just stay the course, if I just work, if I just believe something will work out, it will." That's God willing in you, that's God working through you,
Yes.
that's faith motivated in you, because faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So you don't
Right.
see your way out, but you just believe that something's gonna change. And so when
Yes.
that's implemented in therapy, I see my trauma. I see that what I've been through. I've lived this, Wendy. Now
Mhm.
how are you gonna walk me through this? And so it's just building up their resiliency and letting them know it starts with love.
Mhm.
Loving yourself, the love of Christ, and not being afraid to use that magical word that starts with with two letters, and that's N-O, boundaries.
Yes.
Sometimes
Yes.
boundaries can make a world of difference in your life.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
teaching them, skills like that that they can apply, that's another way to help them integrate faith, as well as some clinical techniques with I also do something called EMDR, which is
Mhm.
are you familiar with EMDR?
Yes, but don't tell them yet
Okay.
because we're gonna do that
Oh,
in the summit. I think that will be a really good example to use in the summit
okay.
because now you can actually do an activity. That's what we want you guys to do. We want you to implement something right away. And being able to implement it there on the spot, I think is going to be the best thing ever. So you can see how it works. Now you might say, well, Michelle, I'm now meeting Wendy. Wendy now meeting me. She may not know what to do. I'm like, that's okay because as she said before, this is not our work but God's. And if it is, I have this feeling that Wendy believes in the Holy Spirit too.
I do.
And the Holy Spirit can work and give one the ability to understand what's going on and kind of find what are some of the triggers. You can be helped. It's the same thing like a pastor. Like we're gonna have a pastor on board. It's just knowing that you, the individual, have to trust
The process.
the process.
Yes, you have to
And we
trust.
want you guys to trust the process. Yes, we want you guys to trust the process. So I love it. I love it. We talked about trauma. We talk about different types of trauma, and that's huge because a lot of people will be like, I know the word, I don't know what it kind of mean, but breaking it down in the different categories and understanding what you might be faced as trauma 10, 20 years ago might, and you never looked at it as trauma, it is actually trauma.
Mhm,
And knowing now, how do I help myself through this?
mhm.
The next step. That's what we want you all to get when we get at the summit. Knowing what it is, and then the next step. And you're going to have the opportunity to talk to Wendy and the other therapists on board because that's what they're here for. That's why we want them here because we want you guys to still be able to talk and find out information and, stay in touch with these therapists. This is the only reason we have this event. It's for you to be able to stay in touch with all the professionals that are involved at this Whole You Wellness Summit so you can get the help that you need. So you deal with individuals as well as families, right?
Yes. So we start at the age of 5 and
Okay.
5 plus. So we
Mhm.
see individuals, families, premarital counseling, just shameless plug. Walk by Faith
Okay.
Counseling. Walk by Faith Counseling does have a 4.9 rating on Google. And for
Nice.
2025 and 2026, we have won the Quality Business Award in marriage counseling. So
Wonderful.
we have had success with integrating healing the family. I'm very family oriented. And I personally believe
Good.
that healthy children grow into healthy adults create healthy families, and healthy families create healthy communities. And so
Yes.
healing the family is very, very important to me. And then not just healing, but helping the family be whole. So just look,
Mm,
if you just look at, sometimes if we just look at one piece of the puzzle, we're
yes.
missing the big picture. So it's very applicable to work with the family, so the whole family is pulling in the same direction.
Right, right. And pretty much that is what the summit is about because we're looking at the whole you. What we're looking at is not just, okay, you're coming and do physical activity, and then you come at the summit and you just learn about what to eat. No. When we look at well-being of an individual, we want to make sure we're incorporating the functional nutrition, yes, and we want the functional movement and the mindset all coming together in a community because now in this community you're learning from different people, different professionals. Even the person sitting down next to you, you might learn something from them. When you put all four of these pillars together, we're looking at the whole person. That's why we want you guys at the summit. That is what we're looking for. We want you to understand that you, even though you're 5, you might need help, versus the senior who may have never looked at anything that they did as trauma. And they're 80 years old and they didn't even figure that out. But now they're realizing, I did have a traumatic event in my life, and this has impacted all of my decision making all these years of my life. What can I do now? That's why we want you there to get the strategies to help you at least start implementing things to help you. Whether it's all these years I'm eating bread and I didn't know this gluten was giving me trouble. This is why we want you in the summer so we can teach you, okay, there are substitutes. Here's a substitute for breakfast. So you're not spiking your insulin, the diabetics, for example. Here's the reason why we want you moving so that when you reach 80, you can get up off the chair without anybody having to help you.
Mhm.
This is why we're looking at the summit being Whole You Wellness Summit. We want you there on the 18th. It's starting from 10:30. We're leaving out about 3:30. It's packed with a lot of activities, and we want the kids there. Kids are free. Somebody asked me what age. If you're 18 and under, come to the summit. You are welcome there. We want you there. We want you to learn from these professionals and leave with family. You're leaving a family. We want you there to think that this is your family. These are people you could count on when you get to this summit. So the 18th, we're going to meet Wendy. And I look forward to this. I'm so excited. I'm really excited about this. And I can't wait to share my passions with you and vice versa. So tell us one fun fact about you before we leave,
Oh,
because I want people to kind of like, you know, oh, I know this lady. I know this fun fact about her. Tell us.
I have several fun facts. Um,
Okay.
so I've had my own TV show in the past. I'm a Christian children's book author, and
Oh, wow.
I'm on one of the city county boards. So I'm one of the mental health experts for Marion County.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
my One of my things that I'm working on recently, I'm so excited. I have written a book, and it's called "When Love Hurts: Breaking
Wonderful.
Breaking the Cycle of Toxic Relationships and Trauma
Okay.
Bonds." And so I'm very passionate about, like I said, healing the whole person and not
Yes.
repeating those cycles. So those are just a few things that I'm excited about, and I'm looking to
That's a
share.
lot of things. That's a few.
I'm
That's a
looking to share
lot
that
of
with you
things.
guys.
That's so good. And it's important to put your whole self into your work. And I can see that you're emanating that. It's glowing. You're glowing and it's coming out of you. And that is what I love about doing summits with people who are passionate about what they do. So we want you guys on there. Come on out. We really want you there to learn, share, teach us while we teach you to just get healthier, mind, body, spirit at the FxWB Whole You Wellness Summit. Again, the 18th, don't forget. It's the 18th of April, after Easter. Don't go anywhere. Come to us and get your tickets today. You can get it off of Eventbrite. And we want you to come get information for seniors. Things like, some people don't know or may not trust like certain homes to put their senior parent in. Come meet a home. Come meet somebody that helps with transport. Come get your kids coming by. They can come and play in the bouncy castle. But we also have some the national soccer team. I'm sharing. This is a big one for me. The national women's soccer team. Some of the members are coming on board with us. So we really want you guys there. Bring the kids. They are free. Come on in and enjoy a time of learning and sharing and growing the whole you to become the well you. Thank you, Wendy, so much for joining this evening. I appreciate you taking the time off to sharing this, and we can't wait to learn more at the strategy or many strategies at the summit when we meet up with you on the 18th. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys. You can follow me at Walk by Faith Counseling on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok. My website address is wbfcounseling.com, and we're always accepting new clients.
Yes, wonderful. Well, I look forward to seeing you soon. Guys, this has been FxWB New Beginnings Podcast with Michelle and today Wendy. We thank you so much for listening, and we are going to see you soon.